Are you trying to play Frost Mage in WoW PvP? Then leave it to Professor Dabs to show you how. First thing you're going to want to do is figure out what kind of mage you are. Do you want to sit back and do damage with minimum crowd control? Or do you want to opt for CC and big burst windows to achieve victory? If you want to play with casters like Priest, Warlocks, or Shamans, use these talents. If you want to play with a Rogue or a Feral and chain CC to win, then use these talents. Both talents will be in the description below. We're going to start off with the Wizard build. Alright, let's get into the rotation. You're going to want to Orb, Blizzard. The reason why you're doing this is so you can keep them still, so you can land this Ring of Fire on them. If they kick that Ring of Fire, just move on with the rotation. You're going to Flurry into an Icy Veins. Icy Veins gives you a Flurry proc, so that's why you're flurrying so early. You're going to Common Storm and you're going to Ice Nova. This Ice Nova keeps them in that Common Storm. You're going to launch 2 Frost Firebolts to get rid of your Winter's Chill procs. And then you're going to Ice Lance to get rid of your Fingers of Frost procs. Then you're going to cast a Frost Firebolt into a Flurry into 2 more Frost Firebolts. This is what that rotation should look like. Orb, Blizzard, Ring of Fire into a Flurry, Icy Veins, Common Storm, Ice Nova, Frost Firebolt, Ice Lancing them Fingers of Frost off into a Flurry, hard casting that Frost Firebolt so I can get 2 Winters of Chill procs on the next 2 Frost Firebolts. Alright, moving on to the RM, FMP, RMP type build, okay? The rotation is going to look like this. You're going to DB into a Icy Veins, Frost Bomb, Pre. This is Pre on your kill target. And then you're going to Sheep the Healer into a Ring of Fire, Common Storm, Flurry, into a Frostbolt, Sheep, into an Ice Wall. Let's say this is the kill target and this is the healer. You're going to pre-DB this guy and Frost Bomb. While you're doing that, your Rogue or Feral should be bashing or cheap shotting this guy over here, which is the healer, right? So you pre-DB, you're casting Frost Bomb. Let's say the Rogue runs over, cheap shots this guy, or it's a bash, it doesn't matter. Then immediately he's going to be running over here to the DB target and he's going to stun this guy. So the Frost Bomb's already on this guy ticking down. You're going to be casting a Sheep on the healer, and when the Sheep lands, you're going to Ring of Fire. And then from there, you're just going to go into the rest of the rotation. Alright, so it should look something like this. So you're going to pre-DB, Frost Bomb. He cheap shot the healer, you're going to Sheep it. You're going to Ring of Fire, Common Storm, Flurry, Frostbolt. Into a Resheep, into a Frostbolt, into a Resheep, into an Ice Wall. Once you get that rotation down, you're doing the biggest, most baddest damage in all of the World of Warcraft. You're going to want to add these tips to your mage arsenal. Tip number 1. Flurry puts a buffer on your target called Winter's Chill. They only proc when you hit a target with Frost Firebolt or that motherfucking cornbread. I mean Ice Lance. No Flurry, no crit. The problem is, on paper, you think they don't buff your other abilities, but they do. If you watch closely, you'll notice the Common Storm crits, but does not consume a stack. Unlike Frost Firebolt or Ice Lance. But it works the same way if the Frost Firebolt's in the air when you hit Flurry. You see I still have both stacks, and I can still crit 2 more. Tip number 2. If the healer's stacked with the DPS you're going, and you still want to do a decent amount of damage, just Flurry Ray. Or use tip number 3. Let's say the healer and the DPS are stunned on top of each other, or you double DB, whichever. If you Sheep and then Blast Wave, they'll knock the healer inside the Sheep without breaking it. I like to just cast Sheep and then I just spam Blast Wave while the Sheep is being casted. And then the second the Sheep lands, the knock will go off and it will not break it. This allows you to do your full burst rotation. Not having to worry about the healer being stacked and your Sheep breaking. It is super, super effective. I use it all the time. Tip number 4. So tip number 4 is get high value shifting powers. Now the way you do this is you play with this rule. At least this is what I've came up with. The rule is you only press shifting power when alter time and displacement are on cooldown. Okay? By doing this, you're making alter time a 38-second cooldown, and a displacement is going to be a 33-second cooldown. The reason for that is because Every time you cast Shifting Power, yeah, this is on a minute cooldown. But by the time that I cast these buttons again, they're gonna be on cooldown while Shifting Power is getting off cooldown. Okay? And I'll show you here. So let's say now that they're off cooldown, I alter back and I displacement, right? Look how this is lining up. Immediately off cooldown, immediately off cooldown. It doesn't matter if you press these before the alter time or after the alter time. You don't shift and power them unless these two are on cooldown. If you, let's say you do it before, it doesn't matter. Like here we go, we'll do all of them, right? And then we press alter back, and displacement. At this point, you look for the reset. Now you're getting 2 kicks, 2 knocks. You're getting your DB back, and you reduce the cooldown on both of these. And if you do it the other way, it's going to be the same thing. Let's say you alter back first, and then you displacement first. At that point, you're going to want to burn these cooldowns, and then look for your shift and power. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever. You guys get the idea. Just keep on practicing your rotation and all these tips, and you'll get better at the game. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.